Okay. Yes. Hello, Marie-Angelina, and welcome to this podcast. I'm so excited for you to talk to me about your book and the events that will happen in Valentine's Day. Well, not sort of
Yeah,
Valentine's Day, sort of Valentine's Day. Okay,
thank
so
you very much for inviting me. And we finally did it. Yes.
yes, we did. We finally made this call happen, and it's amazing, and I'm so excited for you to talk about your super book that you have available. Oh,
Well, basically, I've been giving healing in many forms for 20, nearly 30 years at this
wow.
stage, because the first training course I did was Reiki, and that was in 96.
Wow, that's amazing.
And then I also trained as a yoga teacher. I did shamanic studies,
Mm.
holistic massage. Oh, the list goes on.
Yeah.
And behind me, you can see the Aurosoma,
You
which is a beautiful system. And I actually, the reason I started with Aurosoma is because I have very sensitive energy, which
okay,
means I can do my job very well. Because if somebody's in front of me, I don't read their mind, but I can definitely read the energy.
okay.
And so I'm coming to the book, don't worry. The,
It's okay.
For many, many years, because I've also been writing for as far as I can remember. I've
Mm,
also always loved writing. And probably 25 years ago, I already knew I need to write a book, but
mhm.
I never had time. And then lockdown came, and not only
Mm, it's a bit frozen.
was I gone frozen. You're
Yeah,
back. Oops, sorry about that.
it's
I'll go.
okay.
It may happen from time to time. I'm up in the hill here in Sandyford. I'm
Oh, wow.
talking to you from my healing room.
Yes, very good.
So during lockdown, I saw this is a time when people really need help,
Yes.
and I'm not allowed to give them help.
Oh,
So I just put down pen to paper. And you see, I thought, well, if you stress quiver, the last thing you want is somebody to lecture you or something complicated. You want something simple and effective.
yes.
So what I wrote are tools that I've practiced myself and taught for all these years. And so it's a self-help book, and it's really writing from real life stories. A lot of it would be my own, and some of it would be my clients, but obviously disguised, genders changed, details changed
Yes.
to protect their privacy,
Okay.
but real life stories, and then some tips and tools, and also some guided meditations. And then
Wow.
I was wondering, because people say when you do a guided meditation, so now we just lie down, we listen to your voice, we relax. How do you put that in a book? And in the old days, you might have put a CD in the book, but many people don't have a CD anymore.
Okay.
So my son came up with the idea. He said, "Mom, QR code."
Ooh.
So I basically recorded the audio. Remember, it was locked down, so I recorded it on my phone. And then I have a friend who provided me with a beautiful nature video.
Okay.
Another friend put together the video and the spoken word.
Wow.
And I uploaded on YouTube. And then my son created QR code for each
Oh,
meditation. So which means that even Quiva, if you're not into reading, you can actually just go straight to the meditation, close the book, lie down, and let my voice guide you to
wow.
release, to relax. It's very much about all different types of stress, and how you can move from stress to a place of well-being.
That's fantastic. That I think that's such a fantastic idea. That you introduced that to your book. I think that's amazing, amazing, amazing outcome with your book. It's amazing. I think what you're saying is incredible about your book. So and especially the guided meditation.
But you
And
know, Quickbar, it was locked down, so
mm,
I never got a book launch.
no, oh my God, no,
This
do it.
time it's gone. I kind of feel, well, it's a bit late
No,
now. Maybe
no,
I'll do a book
no,
launch for the second book.
no, do the book launch. Freezing.
Again.
Yeah,
I, I know
it
what to do now. Every time we freeze, I go onto video, click off, click back on, and it's okay.
okay. But yeah, I was saying that you should do a book launch. I think that'll be amazing to do. I think you should do it. I think you should still do it. Your
We
first.
might, we might.
Yes, do it. Go for gold this time.
Yeah,
So,
so there's actually 10 guided meditation with the
ooh, very
book,
nice. Very nice.
and plus 5 audiovisual exercises as well, where I literally got to my garden and filmed myself demonstrating some very simple exercise.
Very
For
nice.
example, the hair breath and the line breath, which are great to release pent up emotions, let's put it
Yes,
that way.
yes, yes,
And some grounding exercise, and also some exercise to sense your energy and to put boundaries, filters around you.
yes.
And
I find that fascinating. I mean, boundaries around you is so important to have this as well. And it gives you the sense of like, that this is my boundary and this is your boundary and you don't cross it, So
have you ever had Quivar people coming right next to you and talking to
yes,
you that close to
yes,
you? So
yes,
uncomfortable. And
yes,
the reason is because we are energetical being and our energy field on average is about arm length from our body. So if you come closer than arm length from someone's body, you are into their own energy field.
yeah.
And so the reason I started using Orosome actually was because I needed to put a filter around me because I'm extra sensitive to energy and I can feel everyone in the room nearly. So imagine me in a busy place like an airport or something.
Right.
So but you can do it with visualization as well. You don't necessarily need to use products. You can actually visualize a filter all around you. So that would be, for example, one exercise I teach in the book, which I found really important because whether people realize it or not, we all affected by other people's energy.
Oh, yes, yes, sure. Because I mean, you can sometimes I can sense people's energy, like, um, from a distance, and I go, oh, I can sense it, and I go, okay, I'll just go this way.
But also, if you spend a lot of time with someone who is either angry or sad, it can affect you. And
It,
likewise, if you spend time with someone who is joyful, it can affect you positively.
yeah,
But
I agree. I agree.
some people don't realize, because all of us, we've all lived so many years, we've all had troubles, challenges,
Mhm.
hurts, maybe trauma even.
Yes.
And unless you
Mm. Ooh, frozen again. Oh, just wait.
are you okay? Are you back?
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
back. We're back. We're frozen again. It's okay. Okay.
Well, actually, it's interesting because that's exactly what happened to people. If you have a trauma or a shock, part of you is frozen. So it's
Right.
interesting that when I said that, and you went frozen then for me and me for you. But
Yes.
the thing, like, so some people actually carry this trauma or this hurt that they've experienced, and then they don't even realize they're carrying it.
Yeah.
I would sense it.
Yeah.
So, and the thing is that even if you don't sense it, it could still affect you somehow indirectly.
I agree.
So,
Yeah. Because I mean,
teaching very simple exercise, and for example, many years ago, when I just learned Reiki, so I really was experimenting in the beginning, and a parent of a child asked me to come and do something for a child because the child had severe eczema, so bad that was bleeding and
okay.
ADHD, the whole lot.
Okay.
And she didn't think that the child would actually lie down even for me, but the child did, and the child was very open to receive. But I also energetically put boundaries around the child and taught the child how to put a filter
Yeah.
around.
Yes.
And miraculously, the eczema stopped after a number of sessions.
That's very
It could be a coincidence, but I don't think so. I think that working energetically to clear whatever was there, but also to protect the child, because the child was obviously extra sensitive.
yes, yes.
And whether whatever was affecting the child could have been anywhere, could have been a school, could have been anywhere. But to learn how to put these filters around it are so important.
Mhm.
And it's not like a barricade, you know.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I know, remember the time I had eczema all around my sides and they were so, so itchy and they started bleeding all around my sides. And it was so, so bad. And on my arms and my hands, but not so much on my hands, on my elbows, more so my elbows. And I just had, it just disappeared then. Like, so it was just, yeah. So that was about eczema.
Yeah, but I suppose the skin is your protection in a way.
Yes, I
And,
agree.
so, and it's very, when we've been hurt, we might actually tighten up.
Yeah.
We can feel our chest is really tight and we can nearly not breathe, like, so one of the thing I teach people as well is how to breathe. I mean, it sounds simple because we breathe every day,
We do.
and there are many breathing technique. And again, in yoga, there would be so many.
Mm.
Hold on. Ah,
Didn't
you're back.
I'm back. I'm back.
Yeah, so breathing is very important, and just allowing the breath to flow
Yes.
and breathing out, especially. If we are being told, take a deep breath, but actually, what we need to tell people is breathe out,
Yes.
because when you stress, it's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
and when you just let it go, and that would be one of my motto. People who know me, I always say, let it go,
Let it go. And
let
because
it.
you can feel it, like you can see people go, holding on, and like and they're it's all trapped and they can't, and they have to release it. Mm.
So letting it go and letting go of whatever has hurt you, sometimes, and I know it's hard, but if somebody has hurt you and you hold on to what they've done and you hold on to anger, they don't know you're angry with them. They don't
Mm.
have a clue.
No.
They're going on the business.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're the one suffering from holding on to the hurt. Now, I'm not saying that you have to be best friend or pretend it never happened. Not at all. It's about acknowledging, yes, I have been hurt.
Mhm.
But I don't want that man or woman to continue to affect me. So I'm going to do some work, whatever I need to do. And eventually I'll be able to let it go. It doesn't mean we forget,
Yes,
but
that's
it
true.
means we not carrying the hurt for the rest of our life.
Yeah. I so agree with you there, 100% agree with you there, because ages ago, many years ago, I held on to so much hurt and so much pain, and I had to release it, and I did Reiki as well, and I just felt this massive release, and I had to work on myself to get through it. And it's so true what you're saying. Really, really, I resonate with that so much because it's so powerful to just to let it go and to just to release what you need bit by bit. So just to get you through the other step.
And
Yeah.
one of the techniques as well. So all these techniques, by the way, I explain in the book as well and illustrated with meditation, but um, also talking about energy and about letting go. I find that because I teach people Reiki as well and yoga and other form as well, but I also teach them how to protect their energy. We already talked about that, the filter, but also how to cleanse their energy because it can be energy you picked up from places or people. Are we back?
Yes, we're back. We're back again.
That's so funny. Why does it keep happening? It's
Oh
very
no.
funny.
I don't know. Oh dear.
Um, what was I trying to say about? Oh, yes, I also teach people how to cleanse the energy field. If you have picked up negative energy from your environment or from someone else, or sometimes it's really your own thoughts we need to be able to let go of because the majority of us would at times have said to ourselves things that you'd never say to anybody else.
Mm.
Like, for example, how many times, I don't do it anymore, but how many times did I used to say to me, I'm so stupid? I would
Yes.
never tell you or anybody else you're stupid, but I was telling myself that, which
Yes.
is a horrible thing to do.
Horrible. Yeah.
So when we find ourselves in negative thinking like that, oh, I can't do this, I will never manage, or whatever it is, they're all negative thoughts, that we can actually counteract that, and often it's about by saying the opposite.
Okay.
For example, I'm stupid becomes, no, I'm human, I'm allowed to make mistakes and I'm learning from my mistakes.
I love it.
Or I can't do this, I can say, oh yes, I can do this, and I will do it,
Yes. It's really good. I love it. I love what you're saying. It's so good. It's like yeah, because people sort of focus on the negative and they go and it's so deep in them and they have to let it like slowly let it go because they have to change it around into positive thinking, into positive how they're seeing themselves, you know. And if you're talking bad about yourself, what are you saying to others? It's just I think it sort of links in with that saying.
Yeah, and at the same time, there are also some people who are so focused on positive, spiritual, whatever, that they're kind of floating somewhere on a little
Yes. I
cloud. And I think, to be honest, if you really want to heal,
Mhm.
you need to first go down to the shadow side, down to the things that have hurt you, down to what you're carrying, and bring healing to it. I'm not saying wallowing on it necessarily, but process it and do the work that needs to be done. And it's very important as well that you choose your teacher um, with a lot of discernment because, if they're not walking the talk, if they haven't done their own inner work, how can they teach you? Because you
Yes.
can only teach what you've learned yourself.
Yes. I
So
agree.
if you have gone right to the bottom and you came out the other side, then you can teach people how to do that as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's very important. And there's
Mhm.
hello,
Hello,
you're
I'm
back.
Uh,
Oh gosh. Well, laughing is good, isn't it? That's one of the other thing I do. I do laughter yoga. If you don't laugh,
yeah,
what was I saying? Yes. So the book is 14 chapters, but they're easy chapters. You could read it in one evening,
brilliant.
but ideally, you'd actually would stop and work with each chapter in
Yeah,
an ideal world. And it's also a book that you can open. You don't have to read it from chapter 1 to chapter 14. You can dive into the chapter you're interested in.
sounds
And
very
the
interesting.
last chapter is all about gratitude
Very good.
because a bit like what you were saying earlier, Quiva, and I'm like everybody else. So many times in my life, I've focused on the one thing that wasn't going right for me and not really acknowledging all that I have to be grateful for.
Yeah.
And it's simple thing. You and I both have a home. We
Mhm.
both have our own bed. We have clothes on us.
Yes.
We have friends. We have so many things. We have food, and we don't live in a war zone. I
Yes.
mean, there's so many things that are simple and that we take for granted. And then there's all the tools that I have as well, and I know you have some yourself as well, like healing tools. There's so much to be grateful for.
It's so much. I mean, that resonates a great deal because I mean, just the other day I saw a squirrel and and I saw five of them and I was going, oh my God, look at the five squirrels. I was going, I was really excited, I had to take a video of them. It was so like, wow, this is amazing. And my heart felt for them. I was going, oh, like a little kid. I was like a little kid seeing those squirrels, but that was that. Anyway, anyway.
But honestly, Quiva, you said a few things there that I found
Yeah.
very important is that, first of all, I do feel that animals are
Mm,
closer to the source, let's put it that way, because
yes.
they live naturally. They're not, caught in all their thoughts the way we do. No, don't get me wrong, animals have feelings because
Yes.
I have cat and you can see if the cat is cross or sad.
Yes.
They do have feelings,
Mm,
but they're closer to nature, and nature is my medicine. I
mm.
have a lot of tools I can use, but actually, at the end of the day, what always works for me is a walk in nature. And I mean in nature, I mean in the woods or by the sea, or
Mhm.
even diving into the sea, even though it's freezing in Ireland.
Yeah.
Um, I swim more or less all year round. I don't swim when it's frozen, but
Okay.
otherwise, more or less all year round. And you're back.
Yes, we're back. We're back. Very
So
good.
I think what I was trying to say is it's about changing the chemistry of our brain. So
Yeah.
whether we do it through plunging into the cold sea in Ireland or laughter yoga
Yes.
or any other tools that we have, meditation, any of those tools about changing the chemistry of our brain, but in a natural way.
Mm, mm.
And it's interesting, I read somewhere just recently about if you do an act of kindness,
Mm.
it actually it brings dopamine.
Yes. Yeah.
But if you receive kindness, it does it for you. If you give kindness, it does it for you. And if you witness an act of kindness, it does it for you. So isn't that interesting
It,
that
it, it's
at
beautiful.
least three
It's a
people benefit from that one act of kindness?
Yes, it's a beautiful saying. It really is because I mean, I give like sometimes I do rescue work with dogs, and I'm in heaven. And then if I would see someone, and sometimes I'd give them like or sandwich or something on the street or something, and I feel good and I feel happy, and it bounces back, like because you can feel, wow, I did something good today. I mean, not to be boasting or anything like that. It's just that you feel, okay, I've just done something good, and that's good. You just feel, you know, good. I don't know, happy.
Yeah, you feel lifted. It's in giving that we receive, and
Yes,
that's so
yes,
true.
yeah.
Being kind. But it starts, as we said earlier, Quiva, it starts by being kind with ourselves
Mm,
and then being kind with all those around us.
mm.
And again, one of the chapter of the book and one of the thing I teach people is unconditional love. Now it seems easier said than done.
Yes.
Unconditional love, you just talk about dogs. Dogs seem to love unconditionally. They love you even if they love cruel masters, which
Yeah.
is terrible, but
Oh,
they
yeah.
love they just love. And babies do that too.
Right. Wait, the time's nearly coming to an end. Oh my God. Oh dear God.
So talking about unconditional love, there's an event.
Okay.
Do we have time to talk about it?
Yes, 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 yes. Just
So
yes.
there's an event next Friday, Valentine Day
Yes.
evening from
Okay.
6 to 11 at the Chapel of Ease in um, Irish Town in Dublin.
Okay.
And there are three amazing women who are going to sing. So it's
Yeah.
a triple concert.
Okay.
So we have a very well-known, renowned artist from Denmark called Sudha, Sudha. We have a Tipperary woman called.
Oh, oh, it's frozen.
Hello, you
Yes, yes,
back?
yes. Back. Yeah.
And we have then a Doki lady called Felicity Ananda Byrne.
Okay.
And so it's all about singing together, singing kirtan together for from 6 until 11, 5 hours.
Okay. Wow.
and it's only 45 euro for the
Yeah.
evening.
Okay.
It's on Valentine night, and like that, it's about whether people are single, in a couple, or with friends. Everybody can come, everybody can sing together. It's the power of community, the power of love, because
Mm.
love is the best healer ever. The power of singing together. And if people say, "Oh, well, I can't sing,"
Yeah.
of course you can.
Of course.
Nobody's gonna, it's, this is not like about who sings better than who, but you
Yeah.
can just come and listen if you don't want to sing as well. And you can book this both through Eventbrite, but you can also book it through Ticket Tailor, and there's no actual booking fee with Ticket Tailor, so it's straight 45. And or you can come along and pay at the door at the Chapel of Ease, and that's Valentine night at 6 p.m. And so there's also going to be beautiful meditation at the beginning and the end of it with one of the organizers, Patricia Murray.
Okay.
So my job is very small in a way. I'm just going to be MC for the event. So I'm going to introduce each singer,
Yes. Yes.
you know,
Good. Very
and
good.
talking to you, which is part of it, to be
Oh, very good. Very good.
that people know. But
Yeah.
Valentine night can be a funny time because if you don't have a loved one, who, it can be, you can feel sometimes left out,
Mm.
you know.
Mm.
But also, it's not about the cheap card and chocolate and flowers. Love is something much more
Yeah.
than that.
It is.
And for me, I find love in everything and everyone. I find love in singing and community, definitely. That's why I've experienced all three ladies, by the way. All three of them are amazing.
Okay.
It's
Very good.
definitely not to be missed, you know. And they just have their own style each, but
Yes.
yet they just bring you to your heart.
Okay. Mm.
And you just, gosh, you'll be floating on clouds after five
Very
hours of
good.
singing with these ladies.
I love it. I love that what you're saying about the event and about the event for Valentine's Day because it sure is sounds fantastic and amazing to be there and to sing or not to sing and probably a moving moment for people as well. So I think I would highly recommend to go. That's what I would say.
Yeah, and maybe you can join us as well.
Maybe I should, shouldn't I?
It was not,
Mm. Oh, gosh, that again. Mm, mm. And
you back now?
I'm
Yeah.
back now. And can you pay it? Can you pay at the door or can do
Yes. So it's Chapel of Ease, Irish Down, Dublin 4,
Mm.
DO4 CA43.
Okay.
You can either go on, you know what, you can just Google
Yeah,
Sudha Valentine concert in Dublin.
Suda.
Sudha spelled Sudha.
Sudha. Oh, good Lord, I've no.
Yeah, I
Um,
will send it to you.
oh
So
yeah,
Sudha,
very good.
Sudha Valentine concert in
Yes,
Dublin,
yes,
and it comes up. Mr.
yes.
Google is amazing. It
Very,
all comes up, all the details.
very good. That's brilliant. I love it. I love it. I really, really do.
And you know what? If you go there, first of all, you're probably going to meet people you know,
Yeah.
or you can make new friends, or
Yes.
both.
Yes.
Because you will be all like-minded people,
Yes. Yes.
people who just believe in the power of singing, the power of community, or people who want to heal something in their heart,
Yeah. That
you
sounds
know.
very interesting. I have to, I must actually give it a shot.
Do, and it'd be nice so we would meet in the flesh instead
Yes,
of
in
behind
the
the
flesh.
screen. You
Okay.
know,
Very
there
good.
will be quite a few really like-minded people there.
Yeah,
It's going to be a very nurturing and
yeah,
healing evening, really.
very good.
And you will feel all loved up,
Oh,
whether
very
you're
good.
single, not
Brilliant.
single, whatever. Yeah.
Very good.
Probably get a few hugs as well. You know what they say, a hug a day, keep the doctor away.
Very good. Good. That's good saying. Good saying. Very good.
I just want to say as well that the book is probably showing the wrong way because it's mirrored, but
Inner gift. Inner gift.
inner gift.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, all these big shops, they don't actually store books unless you go with a very big,
Yeah.
editor, a
Yes.
publisher. And
Yeah.
mine was a local publisher from Port Town.
Yeah.
So basically, the books are available in some quirky place, like the Hill of Tara, for example, is one of the places where you can buy it.
Yes.
But you can also buy it directly from me. So it'd be on my website, and that's bestressfree.ie.
Be stress free. That's very good. I like it. I like it. I like the website. Be stress free.
Yes, I but that's what that's what I recommend. I have it on my car as well, and there was somebody driving behind me, and after that they said to me, "I love driving behind you because it was written be stress free."
Oh, very good. I love it. I really love it. That's really cool.
Yeah. So
Pretty good. I like it. Jesus. So we're gonna end the session here. And I was so delighted to talk to you and so fine and finally talking to you and it was amazing, absolutely amazing. Your book sounds absolutely blown out of this water. I think I could say that anyway, but it's amazing, and I loved chatting with you so very much, and I'm
okay.
so grateful for chatting with you, and finding out so much knowledge that you have from your book and from the event that's going to happen, and it's amazing, just amazing. Yes. Mhm.
And hopefully we'll chat again some other time because I tell you, Quiva, I could talk about things for hours because there's so many different aspects of healing, as you know yourself. And we both do sound baths as
Yes.
well. There's so much we could talk about. But
Yes.
yes, music is very healing.
Yes.
I love singing.
Yes.
I'd be singing in my bathroom, in my
Yeah,
kitchen, in
it's
my
gonna say.
car.
Yeah.
And
Singing.
Friday we'll all be singing together.
Yay, it's very good. Happy singing. We'll all be singing
Happy
happy.
singing and happy healing.
Happy healing, happy singing, happy
Yeah.
everything. Oh,
So glad
yes,
we finally made it, Quiva,
yes,
because
we did. We finally did. It was so good. I'm so happy that I got talking to you. Oh my God, it's so happy, so happy. Mm.
well, I'm glad we both have a smile on our face.
Yes, we do. And a joy in our step, or spring in our step. I don't know. Anyway, mm.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it is springtime, isn't it?
Tis the springtime.
New
So
beginning, new energy.
yes,
And what I like about spring, we just celebrated Bridget, by the way,
yes,
last weekend, and I ended up roped into the cortege in Dublin because one of my friend was actually Bridget.
yes. Oh, very good.
And
Brilliant.
then somebody said, "Can you hold a sign for me?" And I said, "Well, what does the sign say?" And it was Bridget Cloak in Irish. So I
Yes,
said, "That's fine." So I actually ended up in it. But I just love that fact of celebrating Bridget,
yes,
celebrating in bulk, because to me, this is the beginning of the year because all the daffodils are getting ready to come, the snowdrops are already out,
yes.
and
Very
and just like that sense of hope, after the darkness, and
yes.
for ourselves as well, because when we go through a dark place and then we come out,
Yeah.
you know.
Right. Yes. It's coming out shining.
It's just bringing hope back. And that when you're feeling unwell, that's
Yeah.
what you need. You need to have just a little glimmer of hope, and that can pull you out
Pull you out of it.
or
Well,
pull you through.
pull you through. Well, I got 2 minutes left.
So
I'm
is
going.
there anything